Hello, it is Lisa. Thanks for joining me this evening or whenever you're watching this, whatever this time of restoration and ease is available to you. Today we'll be working a little bit more in a yin posture, so there will definitely be more feeling, more sensation that's involved with today's practice. But before we start there, I'd like to welcome you and let's just arrive in this place together and get settled in your space, in your chosen place to have this practice and take the next 30 minutes for yourself. Sometimes it's nice to just set your eyes in a steady gaze. A little forward and down is really what's helpful. It also helps to relax the muscles of your face. Eyes set a little bit forward and down, and they can be open or closed. Check in with the muscles of your face and invite them to relax. Also invite the structures within your mouth to come to a place at ease. Eyes can be open or closed. And then with a deeper than normal inhale through your nose, exhale with an audible sigh. Do that again, and so you can begin to listen. Again, so you can tune into sensations, feelings. One more just like that to mark the start of your practice for today. We invite you to bring ease to this place, to your mind and to your body. Perhaps you'll do that by doing a gentle scan of your body and see what could use just a little bit more comfort. Allow yourself to move to that position. Perhaps you're familiar with the imaginary straw breath work, a very powerful tool in bringing yourself to ease. That would be inhale through your nose, exhale through an imaginary straw. And as you do that, give your body the mere possibility of just tuning in to that drone, coming to its preferred state, its steady state of ease. If it's helpful to you, perhaps move through those spinal movements that we like to check in with, especially if you've been sitting still all day. That gentle flexion and extension, rise and fall. Once in neutral, sitting up a little bit, hands to the side. Neck is allowed to go right and left. Body can join that practice. These are gentle, I like to say, acting with a little benevolence, not forcing anything, just welcoming, inviting to this ease place. Finding neutral, turning your head to the left, allowing body to follow, and to the right, and following on your own time. Eyes and face go, body can follow. And then even closing your eyes and just letting your spine go kind of any which way that feels appropriate. Maybe noticing what's a little stuck or stretching. Even noticing where you don't go, maybe venturing to that place. Coming back towards ease, coming back towards stillness is what I meant. And I'm going to turn sideways for this next one so you can see better. We're going to sit back, bum to heels, knowing that that's not the best place for everybody. If your feet do not like that, it's a roll. And then the roll goes at your ankles. So as I sit on that, my ankles are allowed to stay bent. If I don't like that, if I'm not completely comfortable, some of you have heard me say, can you stay here for 20 minutes? If not, get yourself a prop. We won't be here for 20 minutes, but could you be here for 20 minutes? And if the answer is no, it's painful on my feet, go with here. An inappropriate place to feel this is in the knees. So if you're feeling it in the knees, I'm going to grab a block. You can grab a bolster. As we've noticed in classes, you can grab a lot of blocks. What is available to you right now? I'm going to look down and see if I can keep my legs headed pretty straight forward and then use the blocks as needed. I may be able to sit lower. I may be able to sit lower as long as I splay my knees out, but I'm going to ask for this straight ahead position. Butt bones, those ischial tuberosities resting on either my heels or these blocks. And we'll just take a few moments to be still and let our bodies settle in this position. These moments to let our heart rate slow, blood pressure lower. Extra blood in the arms and legs that have been running and fighting and doing stuff can now come back to the core, to the center of your body, to center of the body things, wellness, digestion, immune function. Note how you feel in this position. Again, if the ankles are your limiting factor here, I'm going to choose to come back to this little bolster underneath ankles later. Thighs, quads might be an appropriate place to feel this, but we're really not looking to overstrain the tissues within the knee joints. Again, we're looking for ease to come about us. If you're on blocks like I am, take out one, take out both of them, and we'll just check in that lower position and just see if there's any change. We may not have been there long enough to feel that, but we'll keep checking back in with this position. I'm going to keep lots of blocks near me today. Come up from there, we're going to work into the lunge position, and lunges are actually a precursor to splits. So if I've said that and you have a great split, go on in. I'm going to bring my left leg forward. I'm going to use two blocks over here as kind of an extension of my arm. I'm going to start with my knee right underneath my hip. I'm going to start with this knee straight ahead forward, and then just do a little gentle movement forward and backwards, getting my knees into the appropriate movement, right? Getting my hips into this. And as I do that, I may be able to start sneaking my foot forward. I may be able to bring that back knee back, but we're looking to just kind of lubricate those joints, not come into a big stretch too fast so our brain doesn't know what's going and pull back on those muscles, that stretch reflex. We're doing this with some benevolence. Using one arm on my hand to stay, one hand on my leg to stabilize. My other hand can go on these blocks. Then what I'm going to look for is a resting place here. You very often hear me say, how would it feel to be held in this position? I'm going to go into some form of my split, my lunge. Then I'm going to bring these blocks up. And these blocks have three different heights. Go up and find a place. The blocks have gone underneath my upper femur, the upper thigh. And in this position, my thigh can rest. My body weight is sinking down into these blocks, and I can be held right here. Appropriate places to feel this. First of all, body at ease, breathe at ease. If you're not breathing at ease, probably need to call it in or back out a little tiny bit. It's nicer to start all of these positions with some ease. You'll realize there's still some tension in your body. And as you sit here, that tension will release and you'll find, oh, there's the stretch. It's appeared. What is getting elongated in this shape is the front of my back leg. For me, that's my right leg. This whole front here. That would be an appropriate place to feel a stretch. I noticed that I was clenching my glutes. Not what I want to do here. Let me call in a little ease for myself. It might also be appropriate to feel it on the back side, the hamstring side of my front leg. Whichever one of those is tighter is going to stretch first. Then you get to make the call. This feels good because I'm sitting in ease and I'm resting. That's great. Want a little stretch? Start with very, very minimal. Keep calling in the ease. And as this learns to calm down, as my body realizes it's safe right here, as my brain knows I'm not going to fall over and tighten the whole back of my body, everything will come into ease. More will come into ease. I still want to remain in an upright position. More will come into ease, and the deeper tissues, as well as the fascia, that form of connective tissue, will begin to notice this tension in the form of a stretch. It will feel a little different than the muscles because it's not elastic. Then we say, hold this position. I would rather have you think of it as being held in this position. How little work can your muscles do so that we can relinquish the muscles of their job? We can take our focus off the muscles, bring it to the actual joints and the connective tissue. And then check in breath. Check in eyes, face, and mouth. Now, some of you will notice as you sit here in relative stillness, if you're on blocks like I do, the blocks have started to topple because I'm sinking. It's like melting butter, right? I'm sinking and everything is melting underneath me. So I'm going to just move my foot forward a little bit more, reestablish that. I'm farther into the stretch without really doing anything. Again, very appropriate to feel this in the front of the back leg's hip, the back side of the front leg. Unnecessary places to feel it. That back knee, which I didn't warn you about. I am on a padded floor, which has a mat on it, which has a blanket on it. And I've just started to feel it in my knee. Extra blankets would help, a towel underneath there. When you are ready to get out of this, I'm going to use my hands on these blocks and push myself up. You could bring your hands to the floor and push yourself up. I will take these blocks out. We're going to come back to the movement part, right? Go back to that gentle movement that you did before we held still, noticing any difference. Come back to the knees, adjust. Let's give a glute squeeze from there, tightening the back of the body. Come back into that seated position, that seiza. Check in. How are your ankles there? If the ankle joints do not want to move, forcing them from here, probably not going to be a happy thing to do. So you bring the roll back under. If you're feeling it knees, perhaps an inappropriate place to feel it. We're not looking to strain the knee joints. We are looking to have an effect on the soft tissue. So bring something underneath your pelvis. Let's take a couple moments of stillness here. And as you're ready, help yourself up in whatever fashion is right. We're going to line up so we can do that on the other side. I'm going to keep facing this way just so you can see the difference uh, with my front leg and the placement of the blocks, perhaps. Going to get this one out of the way for the time being. I'm going to use this to extend the length of my arm, do a little lunge like forward and back. Now, what's really nice about the second side, very often we do the side we like first. And there's really some brilliance to that. The research has shown that if you have a tight side, a painful side, a sore side, a weak side, it is always smart to work the other side first because of the way that travels through the brain and actually will allow pain reduction, strength to increase on the side that was injured, hurt. Find where you can do this, build your props. Again, you may have one prop down here. You may have a small prop. You may have a towel roll. I'm going to do this on this relatively good size prop. I can bring my knee back if I need it. I can bring my foot forward as I need it. This is a nice staped bend here. I can support my body weight on these blocks. And if I need a little balance, I'll just keep my hands on my legs. It would be appropriate to find ease first. Once the stretch occurs, my left leg is back. So it would be the front of that, the quad, the hip flexor region, or the hamstring of my front leg. Sometimes those are very close to the hip joints, way up on the front leg, way at the top of the back leg. Let's take a couple minutes right here. Check in, breath. Eyes, face, and mouth. And use your hands to find your way out of that. I'm going to remove those blocks. Check in with the lunge again. Sometimes you'll notice a difference right away. Sometimes you'll notice a difference right away if you practice a lot of restoration, if you practice a lot of ease, you practice a lot of yin yoga. Sometimes you'll get into a position, and each time you come back to it, the body adapts to it much more quickly, as if to say, oh, yeah, I've been here before. I didn't know that's where we were going today. So it only takes a couple of breaths to get your body into these shapes some days. I'm going to check back in with these ankles. I'm going to go ahead and put this back under so you can see how it's used. Ankle joints are resting on it's not top of the feet or your legs, it's right in the bend of the ankles. That allows the feet to not be forced into that pointed toe, that plantar flexion, which if you are a dancer, you might be really good at that. If you are a swimmer, you might be really good at that. A lot of people just get tighter ankles as they go along. This is a move that will help with that. To that end, I'm going to take the blocks as if I need longer arms, bring them behind me a little bit, start to lean back so there's more weight in my ankles. As you do that, the quads will start to stretch. Again, if you are feeling this all in the knees, put the blocks, put the bolster, put two bolsters underneath your pelvis, using my arms for as much of the work as possible. If I'm looking to elongate this tissue here, I'm going to ask my legs to shut down. All the balance can go into my arms. I'm going to come up for a moment because the prop under my ankles is not feeling good. Come back to that lean. Ask for the stretch to come into the quads. Knees are staying down. Sometimes it's easy to roll back. We want something to stay grounded. As you're ready, come back to the easier sitting version of that. Find what's right for you. Use the props that are correct for you. And you may choose to close your practice. We're not quite there yet. You may choose to close your practice in this position. I'm going to come back to seated. Check out legs just a little bit. Recheck in with those spinal movements in a little bit bigger fashion. There's that restoration of stillness, often looking to restore the real function of our bodies. Checking in with the lateral flexion, head gets to go with you. The rotation, eyes and face go, body follows. Moving my arms again, do minimal here. You're just coming along for the ride. And then that wonderful check-in of doing whatever your body wants to do. Let it go wherever feels appropriate. a little cracking and popping going today, which is nice after a long day of work. Ah, things are moving, right? And then as you're ready, bring yourself to the position that you would like to close your practice in. That is very often a traditional Shavasana. On your back, palms up, no props. It's all a choice. Sometimes it feels really good to put a prop under your knees. Sometimes it's quite necessary at the end of the evening to put something under your knees as your back, as your core muscles, as your pelvis finally gets to turn off slowly. We don't slam into ease. We invite it and we fall into those positions very gently, slowly putting on the brakes. What works for you today? Check in, breath, eyes, face, and mouth. I apologize for that abrupt ending of the music. Didn't know that was going to happen. If you're not done, that may have signaled finish for you. Check in with your ease here. When you are ready, if you are ready, and whenever that is, deeper than normal, inhale through your nose. Exhale with that audible sigh, which we use to mark the completion of your practice of as the end of our time together for this evening. I thank you for joining me. Hope you'll be back another evening, always here in the mornings at 8 a.m. for 15 minutes of ease and calm via breath work, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern. Hope to see you.